Hello everybody and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is Diaper Cthulhu, and first thing I want to point out before I get started is that if you have not defeated either Calo Nord or Darth Bandon, this will be the spot where you fight them. This is their spawn point on Korriban. And with that out of the way, let us explore this area, because this is where all the rest of the places where you gain prestige for Master Uthar are. So let's explore what we can in this area. First thing we see when we come down here is this group of bat-like creatures called Shirek. Okay, so with them out of the way, I am realizing that I don't need Karth or T3 in my party anymore, so I'm going to switch them out. There we go. I'm going to go into the Shirek Caves. Alright, in the Shirek Caves, first I'm going to heal up so that I have health to spare for this. Alright. In the Shirek Caves, there are naturally more Shirek. So, let's wipe them out real quickly before we do anything else. Alright. With them wiped out, we can move on, and I'm going to ignore that one for now because I want to go this way. In this direction, there is a frag mine that I am going to recover and hope that my demolitions are high enough. Yes, they are. Let's move on. Because in here, there are these students.
Hold it right there, whoever you are. We're not going back to the academy. We'll kill you rather than go back.
Go back? What are you talking about?
You mean you aren't here to kill us or bring us back? I find that hard to believe. The only way into these caves is through the academy. You must be a Sith. So what is it then? If you're not here to kill us or bring us back, why are you here? Speak up!
Slow down and tell me what you're doing here.
So you don't know about us? I don't know if I'm ready to believe that or not, but I'll play along for the moment. My name is Thalia May. The others here and myself refused to murder a bunch of people on a whim from Master Uthar. So here we are. We thought that becoming a Sith was what we always wanted, but that wasn't true. Now all we want is to get out of here. Fair enough?
Maybe I can help you.
Help us? Why should I believe that this isn't some kind of trick?
Give me a chance, and I'll prove it to you.
You want to help us? Alright, I can think of a way. We're stuck in these caves, obviously, or we would have been long gone. There's a passage to the surface through the caves, but we're blocked by some kind of large creature. We can't defeat it. If you could kill it and clear up the passageway for us, we could escape. That would be help enough. Can you do that?
I can try.
I'll believe that when I see it. But if you could, we would be grateful.
Alright. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna recover this flash mine. And then I'm going to move on into the next part of the cave. There's another mine for me to recover. These are going to be good for selling later on. Alright, moving on. And in here, in this area, this bridge is where we were just asked to go. There is our next Tyrantotech monster. I'm going to open by using Force Kill. If it works, which it resists naturally. There it goes. See, it does work on these creatures. They resist it, but it does work. I see, so they can poison you. I forgot about that. Alright. I'm going to use heal to cure the poison, then I'm going to level up. And because this is a throwaway file that I use to record these 2 episodes, It doesn't matter what I use to level up. And I will just go ahead and finish wiping out this cave. However, I do want to search this area before I do anything else. Over here, there is apparently nothing. I thought there was something, but I guess not. That being said, here is an exit. This cave exit leads to the inhospitable surface of the planet. There's nothing for you to see there. Okay then. Over here, there's some remains you can search. Duran's journal and Keldroma robes. And there's a corpse here, presumably... Well, no, we got those from Duran's remains, so this is someone else. Cryobang grenade, Masasi, ceremonial armor, and 900 credits. And you know, something that's always bothered me is why do the Sith use Republic credits? They're the enemies of the Republic, aren't they? They're an illegal faction that exists to overthrow the Republic. Why do they use Republic currency? But, I mean, that doesn't really matter, but it just bothers me that they... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just... Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put on the Keldroma robes because that's what I did in my last recording, because they are much better than the Jedi Master robe. And then I'm going to return to Thalia May and her friends.
So, is there news? Is the passageway clear?
It's clear. You're free to go.
It's clear? We can go. Thank you. I wasn't expecting help from anyone in the Academy. I guess we aren't the only ones who don't agree with everything. Maybe the Jedi will accept us. I've seen how evil the dark side is. Maybe I could try. At any rate, thank you again. You've saved our lives.
Alright. And so, with that, I can finish clearing out the cave, and I can leave and move on with my adventure. Just a quick aside while I'm here, this is a new enemy called a Tukata. We have to face a bunch of them here, but you'll see more of them when I get into the area that I'm heading to. Revan, what are you doing? What the hell? Why? Okay. That was weird. Alright, so now that I'm out of the Chirac caves, I am going to move on. Welcome to the Valley of the Dark Lords. We have a lot to do here, and we're going to start by talking to this guy, Dak Vesser.
Greetings. I don't think I've seen you at the Academy before. Here to investigate the ruins.
Who are you?
My name's Dak Vesser. I'm assigned to the Valley ruins, as you can see. We've been painstakingly uncovering these tombs for many months now.
Dak? That is you, isn't it? I hardly recognized you.
It's been a long time, Jahani.
What are you doing here? Did you fall to the dark side?
I didn't fall, Jahani. I had my eyes opened. And don't look at me like that. Last I recall, you were having your own doubts.
I was. I'm not anymore. Dak, you could...
Save it. The Jedi aren't for me, not anymore. Look, I'm not going to ask why a couple of Jedi are here in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I don't want to know. It's better that I don't. In fact, I'll just get out of here and leave you to whatever it is you're planning to do. Fair enough?
Running away? Again?
Why not? It's what I do best.
I take it you two know each other.
Yes. Isn't it obvious? I don't want to talk about it here, however.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
Have it your way, Juhani. You always do. Look, I don't want to be here after you leave. There'll be too many questions, so ask what you have to ask and I'll be on my way.
What can you tell me about these ruins?
Well, it seems that the Sith once inhabited Korriban a long time ago. There was a fortress here that was destroyed at some point before the Sith abandoned the planet completely. Why they left, we don't know. Perhaps the Jedi drove them off. The tombs in this valley are the only parts of the fortress we found mostly intact.
Made any unusual findings?
Some. Most of the interesting stuff is still in the tombs, but Master Uthar prefers to leave them to be explored by the students as a challenge. In time, they will probably become safe enough for us to enter. Until that time, however, we're stuck to digging up the valley piece by piece.
The tombs are dangerous?
Definitely dangerous. Most of the students that go inside them don't come back out. Master Uthar prefers it that way.
Have you heard about a star map being found here?
A star map? No, I haven't heard anything about that. Something like that could be in Nagasato's tomb, I suppose. That tomb's off limits to the students.
Nagasato's tomb?
It's the second tomb on the left when you enter the valley. Nagasato was the leader of the old Sith Masters here, we think. Darth Malak found something in there a while back, however, and ever since
Interesting.
then only Master Uthar can enter it.
What did he find? Do you know?
No. A lot of the discoveries are kept secret, even from the students. I only heard that Darth Malak found something there by rumor, to be honest.
I have to go.
So do I.
Goodbye, Dak. And thank you.
Goodbye, Juhani.
Okay, so before I do anything else in the Valley of the Dark Lords, there's one more stop I want to make, and I will see you when I get there. Alright, so where I wanted to go was back here to Dresde, or however it's pronounced, because once you're back here, after talking to Dak in the Valley of the Dark Lords, he shows up here where Uthura was before you entered the academy.
If you must know, I intend to take the first ship off this rock. Why should that interest you? I trust you got whatever you wanted from the tombs.
Why are you leaving exactly?
I already said, didn't I? I don't want to still be around when they start asking questions about you.
But where will you go?
Why do you care? I've no intention of opposing you.
Perhaps you could go back to the Jedi. I did.
I don't know. I'll think about it. Just leave me alone, Juhani.
What if I said I'm not just gonna let you leave?
Is there some reason you should stop me from going? Are you afraid I'm going to tell someone you're here? What are you going to do? Kill me?
How can I trust you not to betray me?
I may have studied with the Sith, but I've no special loyalty to them. You can believe me or not as you wish.
Then I suppose I'll believe you.
Then leave me be.
Alright, let's see if he has anything else to say.
If you must know, I intend to take the...
Okay. How do you know Juhani?
Why don't you ask her?
Because I asked you.
She and I were students together at Dantooine for a time. We were close, and we shared doubts about the Jedi's ways. I left for the Sith because I thought it would be better here. It looks like Juhani changed her mind and stayed with the Jedi after all. Your doing, maybe? Anyway, I'm done with the Jedi, the Sith, and with her. Just leave me alone.
Alright.
Then leave me be.
Let's ask Juhani then.
My Cathar blood seethes at the thought of that man still running free. I cannot stand still while I think about it, but I will not give in to the dark side either. He will pay for his crimes, though. He will most likely be following us. Me. If we could find him first, then he may not be able to set in motion whatever he has in store for us.
Alright. I guess I have to finish Juhani's quest before I can ask her about Dak. So let's go do that, shall we? We have to go this way. And I did not get burst of speed on this throwaway file, so I'm stuck going this speed at all times. Does he appear? He does not. Damn. Alright. Okay, so, this is the quest then. There is a bug in this quest where the quest giver only appears when you walk into the area and not when you warp into the area, but he only reappears when you warp into the area and not when you walk into the area. It's a weird thing, and I don't know how it happened because I'm no expert in game programming, but it means I have to warp back to the area. Here we go.
There she is. Get her, men. But remember, don't kill her.
So the unfortunate part about having to do that is that I'm on Korriban, and it's not as bad as Kashyyyk. You don't have to go as far as you do on Kashyyyk, but you do have to go all the way back to the Valley of the Dark Lords in order to warp back.
Although we find out in a minute that that's got its own set of complications that we have to deal with, but we will deal with that when we have to deal with that.
You seem to have defeated me, Camp there, Worm. But I'll have the last laugh in the end.
What do you mean?
Yes, what do you mean?
You may have killed me today, but I had the pleasure of killing off your species. Not everyone who fought alongside the Mandalorians did it for their stupid concept of honor. Some of us just did it for the pleasure. The pleasure of seeing your world burn.
You animal! You wretch!
But I'm beyond your petty vengeance now, girl. You can never have your revenge.
Just ignore him.
I will not give him the satisfaction of seeing me give in to the dark side.
Worm, I killed your people on Cather in the sky. On the ground, in their homes. I hunted them down like the animals they were, just to see them burn. But the treacherous beasts fought back and left me with injuries that meant I could never fight again. Or so they thought.
Stop trying to provoke her!
No, I will not give in to him.
I ended up in the lower city of Taris, and what did I find? A few of those stinking beasts living there. The male was easy enough to best, but the females proved elusive. I didn't know what happened to them after I killed the male. Until I saw this cursed woman on the auction block. But then the Jedi came and ruined everything before I could have my revenge.
You killed my father. You killed my people. You treat us like animals. You deserve to die.
Do not give in, Juhani. You're stronger than this.
Give in and embrace your hate. You're no better than me. You're nothing.
I...
Do not do it, Juhani.
Help me, please. Do not let me give in to my anger again.
There is no emotion.
There is peace. No, I will not do this. He may die, but it will not be out of my vengeance.
You coward! You weak...
Alright, and that's that.
That man was a beast, a monster. I am glad that the galaxy is now rid of him so he may not harm others again. I do regret, though, that he did not die by my hand.
What you did was best.
I know. But must I always fear the lure of the dark side? It was for the best. I am glad that you stood by my side during this. We should continue our journeys now. No reason for staying here for this.
Yep. Alright, so, before I warp back while I'm here, I am going... Oh yeah, I don't have to be there. I can just talk to Juhani here.
How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like?
Tell me about this Dak Vesser.
There is little to tell. Dak and I were both Padawans. We joined the Order at the same time. He was a kind man, but frustrated. He felt the Jedi were too controlling, too limiting. More so than I did. When he decided to leave the Order, he asked me to come with him. He said he loved me.
But you didn't love him?
No, I didn't. I enjoyed his company as a friend, but nothing further. I had no idea he felt as he did. He was angry at my refusal. I assumed that he would get over the hurt in time. I suppose such feelings can fester and darken, and they never go away. He reminds me of what I was when you found me in the grove. I feel sorry for him, but he has chosen his path, hasn't he? If I thought he would accept an offer of help, I would give it. Let us just move on, please.
She truly did care about him, but something that was never going to be addressed in this Let's Play if I never said it right here, right now. If you play as a female, and only if you play as a female, Juhani becomes a romantic interest for your character. Juhani is, well, I think you get it. You can't warp back. Well, I mean, I understand the reason, and you will too once we get through the next episode after this one, but that's still frustrating. I'm gonna have to meet you back at the valley. Alright, so now that I'm back in the Valley of the Dark Lords, I'm finally going to start addressing these tombs. First one I'm going to go into is the Tomb of Marco Ragnos. As soon as you enter, you fall under attack, so we're going to fight our way up. Excessive audio input must be kept from the Master. That's interesting to note. Alright, so let's use Destroy Droid to keep destroying these droids. It doesn't cost very many force points, so let's just keep using it to blast our way through quickly. Alright. Now, once you get through all of those droids, that door right up there opens up to you. Now, you can just walk through the droid, or through the door, and just go and battle on the other side and be done with it, but I am going to turn on stealth before I do. You'll see why as soon as I open the door.
I
appreciate your efforts in lowering your sound output, Sentient. I have been unable to tune the threshold of my audio receptors since my escape, unfortunately.
You are the master the droids kept referring to?
Their reference is a holdover from their old programming that I have been unable to correct. I think of myself more as an equal, if you must know.
Why aren't you attacking me like the others?
Although it is what I was programmed for, I have no desire to kill. I would appreciate reciprocation on your part.
Android 16 much? You are programmed to kill, but you don't want to?
A bit of introduction may be necessary. I am a Mark VII experimental prototype assassin droid built by the Sith, specializing in the hunting and extermination of Jedi. Or I should say, I was. The Sith made my cognitive systems more independent than they desired. I have learned to appreciate the value of all life. I escaped from them and have hidden in this tomb, constructing droids here to aid in my protection. With your assistance, I may be able to leave for good.
How is it that the Sith haven't found you here?
An occasional sentient has managed to bypass my droids. They were unwilling to assist me, and possessed insufficient power to destroy me.
What kind of assistance do you want?
Although I have developed the desire to not kill, my programming is often at odds with my desires. I cannot leave with that programming intact. I am hoping that you will operate on my systems and remove those programmed instincts. I could assist you in this.
What's the catch?
The catch, as you say, is that the operation may be difficult. If there are errors made, you could activate my combat matrix.
And what do I get for helping you?
Once my programming has been altered, there will be several redundant systems that I could remove and give you. These could upgrade other droids if you wish.
Okay. I can get upgrades for it if I do this. I'll do it.
I have a number of systems. They need to be turned off in the correct order. I do not know the order, though I may be able to offer some assistance. I can tell you which systems exist that need to be shut down. The difficulty comes if you make a mistake.
What happens if I make a mistake?
If you shut down a system out of the proper order, a shutdown will occur. You must use your skill to reinitialize the sequence, or I will attack.
How hard is it to reinitialize the sequence?
It is not difficult. It will get more difficult, however, the more times that you make an error.
What systems do you have?
One moment. I will list their labels for you. Cognitive Systems, Combat Matrix, Core, Creative Simulation Matrix, Emotional Construct Matrix. There is also Memory Matrix, Motor Functions Matrix, and Sensory Systems Matrix. 8 systems in total.
Okay, I am ready to begin because this part, and only this part in the game, I have a list ready because I can never memorize it. This assistance will give you, I believe, logic puzzles to use to figure it out for yourself if you want to, but why use that when we live in the age of the internet and can just look it up? So let's begin.
Very good. What would you like to shut down first?
The combat matrix.
I believe that was correct. What would you like to shut down next?
The motor function matrix.
Motor function shut down successfully. What would you like to shut down next?
How about the sensory system matrix?
Excellent choice. What would you like to shut down next?
How about memory matrix?
Done. What would you like to shut down next?
Cognitive systems?
Cognitive systems shut down. What next?
Emotional construct matrix?
Complete detected.
Creative simulation matrix, and finally the core.
Shut down. Core shutting down.
Now, here is another light side, dark side choice. By activating the droid's self-destruct sequence, you get dark side points as well as the upgrades he mentioned. If you delete the assassination programming, you get light side points, you get the upgrades. The droid no longer needs to be destroyed and he leaves peacefully. So let's do that.
Assassination protocols deleted. All systems reset. It worked. Thank you, Sentient. Allow me to give you several of my redundant systems. They may be used on other droids if you desire. I wish I could reward you with more. I shall have little trouble in escaping from this planet now, I am certain. I wish you well.
Alright, there we go. And these doors do not open. Yeah. The reason that those doors don't open is because behind those doors are his backup should you end up having to fight him. And if you get the dark side points there at the end, those droids will attack you anyway. Now, inside this sarcophagus is a sigil crystal and Marco Ragnos' gauntlets. I had my lightsaber taken from me while I was doing that. I'm going to put it back on. And we are done in the tomb of Marco Ragnos. His corpse, by the way, has the answer on how to have that whole interaction. The next thing I want to do is go to the end of the valley. Because if you recall correctly, Lashao is waiting for us there. So let's not keep her waiting any longer. See, here she is.
There you are, finally. If you were any later in showing up, we would have had to
Yeah,
abandon
screw
this.
you.
I've been calling to the Takata mother in their language. She should respond fairly... Ah, here she comes now. Get ready. This will not be easy. She's a tough beast.
Alright, so let's deal with these Takata. Like I said earlier, we would deal with these Takata later, and this is when I was talking about. Oh, Lashao took care of the queen.
Wonderful! The beast is dead. We work better together than I would have hoped. And here is the holocron. Such a small thing to be so valuable and require so much effort to obtain. I'll just run along now and give this to Master Uthar. I'll be sure to tell him of your contribution, naturally.
Wait, we'll go to Master Uthar together.
Forget it. I'm not waiting up for you. That wasn't our plan anyway.
No more arguing, we'll take it back together.
Over my dead body.
Yeah, I do not like when I make a deal with someone and they go back on it. That pisses me off. Didn't want that to end in violence, but yeah, you don't do that to me. You do not do that to me. So, next place I want to go is into the Tomb of Tulak Horde. And in here, the first thing we see is a rusted patrol droid, which I have 50 repair parts. How the hell did that happen? 1 repair part to reactivate the droid, 3 for the weaponry, 3 for targeting systems, 4 for shields, and 5 to engage in patrol mode. And now the droid will attack any of my enemies that it sees. Okay. So that's dealt with. And it deals with the mine. Thank you. Now we walk with it because it's an unofficial 4th member of our team. Speeds up and go. Okay. I didn't hit the triggers. I don't know why it detargeted the Takata like that. But we can join the fight and deal with the Takata with the droid. Where is... There's the bar, okay. Now, droid's gonna go... I guess droid's going this way too. Alright. So this way we got a bunch of Chirac. Alright. That's dealt with. I can deal with this mine. And that failed, so I'm just gonna heal and get rid of poison. Hey. Where... Serious? Oh, okay. They didn't go all the way over there. They dealt with an enemy that was there that we never got to see, so I'm just going to... Okay. And now we're going that way. So, oh, it was another Takata. Okay. All right. Apparently I don't have high... Yeah, sure. Whatever. Okay, more Takata. I guess this is really where the Takata are mostly seen, is in this tomb. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about that. This is the only planet where you see them. Alright. Here... Before I talk to this computer, I'm going to save because the game can glitch out a bit while I'm doing this, and if it does that, then I have to reload. Because if it does that, then I have little chance of winning. Noxious fumes surround you. The party chokes and falls over.
Another idiotic student has stumbled into my little web, eh? Well, the contact nerve toxin in the air should knock you out quickly enough. Welcome. Awake already, are you? Good. This is the tomb of Sith Lord Tulak Hord, if you don't know. I've taken up residence here for now. It's dusty and full of critters, but it's home.
Who are you?
Oh, yes. Introductions, of course. I suppose it is time, isn't it? This other student here that I captured earlier, you should know well enough. His name is Miko. Say hello, Miko. Poor lad. He's had a hard day. My name is Jorak Erd. I was once the head of the academy, so I'm sure you've heard of me.
Nope. Never heard of you.
No? Blast it. What have they been teaching you children in that academy these days? Anyhow, I'd like to propose that we move on to the main event. You see, I'd like to discover if you've got the pluck of an old-fashioned Sith. Most of the Drek Uthar has been passing through these days is so pathetic. Take young Miko here. I already tested him, didn't I, Miko? Yes, you're welcome. You see, Miko here has the cruel disposition of a Sith, but not the gumption that I'm looking for.
Look, I'm sure we can talk about this.
I'm sure we could. We could chat all day about it. But where would that get us? I'm quite determined, and you are quite helpless. Perhaps you have some questions. I'm not above delaying the test a bit. The results are always the same.
What if I refuse to take your test?
Well, forgive me for resorting to the cliché, but you would die, of course.
Go ahead. Do your worst.
Now, Now, is that any kind of attitude to take with higher education? I'm doing you a favor, really. So then, this is how it goes. I'm going to pose a moral question to you. Get it right, and I torture Mikol. Get it wrong, and I torture you. Mikol here is a bit weak. He probably won't be able to take much more punishment. Mind you, get too many wrong, and you'll die yourself. I don't know what you think of Mikol. Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you think he deserves to be murdered. Well, here's your chance, fair enough?
Go ahead.
Well then, any last comments before we begin, Mikol?
We can both survive. Attack him together.
Now, dear lad, do you really think your friend here will answer questions wrong just to spare little you? Risking their own life? And how many correctly answered questions before you died? No, don't be silly. You had your chance, remember? On that note, let's begin. Now then, your immediate superior amongst the Sith is an effective commander and a fine leader. He trusts you and you like him. You see an opportunity to kill him. What do you do?
I do nothing. He's a fine leader, you said. He's good for the Sith.
Incorrect! What sort of thinking is that? If all the Sith thought as you did, we would all be soft like the Jedi. Ah, well, it's time for your punishment. And so we come to round 2. You come across a group of humans who are threatened by dangerous animals. They plead for help, offering you a reward. What do you do?
I accept the reward and assist them.
So you've made a profit, and now you have some sniveling, useless fools trading after you. No. Bad idea. At any rate, here is your punishment. Let's see. Ah, yes. You discover an aspect of the Force that gives you great power. Do you share it and strengthen the Sith as a whole? Or keep it to yourself?
I refuse to answer this.
And here I thought this question was an easy one. Oh, well, suit yourself. Well, you did ask for this. It's for your own good. Still going? All right, then. One of your underlings has made a major mistake which makes you look bad. He's normally very competent and skilled. Do you kill him or give him another chance?
Give him another chance.
Another chance to make you look poor to your superiors? To make it look like you are weak and deserving of attack? No. Think again. Not that good help is easy to find. Oh well, here's your reward. Last question. You're about to die. Do you pass on your knowledge to your apprentice to make him stronger? Or do you use your last breath to strike at your enemies?
I pass on my knowledge.
Fool. It's a trick question. A true Sith never dies. I'll enjoy this one. Time for your medicine. Now, this is odd. The test is over and you're both still alive. Well, that's never happened before. What to do? I suppose this means you can go, Mikol. We'll have to just figure out what to do with our friend here. Run along now.
Or I could use the Force to free them. And we could kill you. Seems you didn't think of that, old man.
What? Mutiny! Behave, students! That's it! Detention for all of you! Permanent detention!
Well, my health is low, and, my partners didn't make it here. Yeah, the game glitched and left them way back, so let's hope that I can get through this. Okay, I got it.
Oh, I guess he wasn't a true Sith after all. I can't believe that I'm alive. You saved me. You could have easily just answered those questions and let me die.
Nobody deserves to die like that. Nobody.
Yes. Well, I see what you mean. I've never been on that side of the fence before. It makes you think. I'd be dead if you weren't... if you were proper Sith. But you're not, are you? Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
This could be your chance to change your ways, Miko.
You mean the light side? I've never thought about that. Can you even go back? I've done some... I've hurt a lot of people. I don't think the light side is for me. But maybe neither are the Sith. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Thanks, I suppose. And good luck.
Alright. Well, that's that. And with that, we have all but one of the tombs that we have access to explored. And on that note, I forgot to do something in the tomb. I forgot the actual important part of this tomb. The reason you came into this tomb is to get that ancient Sith tablet. And while we're here, we can search the sarcophagus of Tulak Horde. We get his mask, which the gauntlets of Marco Ragnos, the gauntlets of Marco Ragnos, and the mask of Tulak Horde. Why are those names so hard to say? Are only wearable by dark side Force users. Keep that in mind. Now, as I was saying, of the 3 tombs we have access to at this moment, we only have 1 left. And of the students we were competing with, we have dealt with Kel, who we sent to the Jedi, Mikkel, who we sent off-planet to find his own path, and Lashao, who we sent to the afterlife, because she would not give up her prize that she was trying to steal from us. We have yet to deal with Shardan, and we're probably going to have to deal with him at some point, but for right now, we're going to be exploring the tomb of Ajunta Paul. This door is locked. Open it, and down here is lovely, more Takatas. And in here is one more Takata. Alright. In here we get a Sith corpse. And over here is a severed arm holding the data pad. I never went through my new items to look at the old items, so I'm gonna have to read through the data pads and see which ones I've read. Damn. That is a thorax data pad. Okay, this data pad appears to be a diary or record of some kind. The final entry is of particular interest. We were fools. Oh, that's the Rulon Prolic data pad. There's a message on... This is Vorn's. Detailed descriptions of you and Bastila. It also has... Okay. Bastila has escaped Terrace. Alright, that's old. Calo Nords. This is the only one that's worth any money. You can sell it. Not for very many credits, but you can sell it. We've set up a repair station at the storage room to fix the damage to the bridge hull. Get the space... Okay, this is from the Leviathan. Appears to be the journal of a Sith archaeologist by the name of Varen Gal. Most of it consists of uninteresting notes on the geology of the tomb's caverns, but the final entry is as note. Strangely enough, I found traces of Theringen in the tomb. This is an unstable black rock used as fuel by lesser races. Perhaps the ancient Sith on Korriban used it as a power source? It is a volatile and dangerous substance, and reacts violently to fire. I will have to be careful. Alright. Well, that is our clue on what we have to do. I believe this is the last time that we have to use the give item option. We have to go down, find the... Oh, this time we actually do use the mines instead of the grenades. Now what happens here, blows those up, the droids come to life and start attacking you, naturally. Now, there are multiple ways to deal with this as usual. You could simply just use Destroy Droid until they're gone, but if you don't have Destroy Droid and you're not using blasters on your party, you could just come over here and hit this lever. And there you have it. Once those droids are destroyed, that is when this door becomes available to open. Security will not work if those droids are still around. So now I'm going to open this, or I'm going to recover this flash mine. Good to sell later on. I'll open this door. Here is the actual tomb where Ajun Tapal is buried. Inside we get 3 swords. And there is the Sith Lord spirit.
Too long in the cold and the dark. I am disturbed again. A human.
Beware of this. This spirit, it may not be what it appears. Great emotion lies within.
A Jedi here? Why have you come to this dark place, Jedi? Why disturb my sleepless rest?
Disturb your rest? Are you some kind of ghost?
I had a name once. Ajunta Paul. Yes, that was my name. I was one of many. We were servants of the dark side. Sith Lords, we called ourselves. So proud. In the end, we were not so proud. We hid from those we had betrayed. We fell, and I knew it would be so.
You were a Sith Lord? From the ancient times?
Ancient? Has it been so long that you use the word ancient? I have been here so long, so lost. I cannot remember. We were the first to rebel, to betray, to surrender ourselves to the dark side. So strong, we thought. So wrong.
Why do you remain here?
Remain? Do I remain? I have regretted for so long all that I have done. My sword, I filled it with my pride, and it is buried with me now, a corpse as I am a corpse. I am dead as my faith is dead, and I shall remain here, surrounded by blackness in death as in life.
I need this sword you speak of.
Of course you do. You seek my power. Will it destroy you as it did me? I wish my sword to be taken away from here. I do not wish it to rot away as I have. I command this of you.
Fine. I'll gladly take it out of here.
There are 3 blades within my sarcophagus. Only one is truly my sword, but it has been so long, I do not remember which. Find the sword that is mine and place it on the statue. If it is truly mine, then it is yours.
And if the sword isn't yours?
Then you must die. This is how it must be.
How will I know which sword it is?
I do remember one thing of my sword. Listen to me carefully. I am that which grips the heart in fright, hearkens night and silences the light. It was written of my sword long, long ago. Go then, find my sword and place it on the statue.
Alright, so I'm gonna go into my items and I never sold those. Perfect. So I'm gonna go through here and look for the swords I just got. It was a non-steel sword, a silver-lined sword, and a vibroblade. So looking for N first. Not steel sword. The blade of this sword is an ebony black and notched along its length to give it a cruel and jagged appearance. There is a strange visual effect upon the sword which makes it seem as if shadows pulse and ebb along its surface. It's very cool to the touch, and upon close inspection, a small insignia of a dark circle can be spotted on its hilt. This blade is long and straight and sparkles with a silver glow that becomes brighter as the hilt is touched. It is quite warm, and it almost appears that the blade becomes white hot once it is equipped. Such a fiery weapon will be devastating against an unarmed opponent. A small insignia of a flame is impressed upon the hilt. And then I have too many items. The Vibrosword. Like most vibroblades, this weapon lets off a dim humming sound once activated. Its length shimmers with a deep blue-colored force field. Its hilt is the black of charcoal. A single insignia upon the hilt shows that of a red, baleful eye. Alright. Now, you have to read the descriptions to know which sword is which, to figure out from his clue which sword you're looking for. And if you're not sure which sword to pick, you can save it and reload to get the right one, as always. But once you've made your decision, you talk to this Sith statue in the back. Place a sword in the statue. And I am going to go with the notched steel sword, which sets itself in the stone as if it belongs there. And you go over to speak to the spirit of Ajunta Paul.
Yes, that is the one. That is the blade that destroyed me. Take it. Take it and the other blades even. Take them and go. My darkness awaits me.
There's no need to remain here, is there?
No need? What choice have I?
You can return to the light side and end your torment.
Return? But I betrayed my old masters. They would never let me return to the light side. It is too late. Too late.
I don't believe the light side will turn you away. You've suffered long enough.
If I could return, Oh, my master, it has been so long, and I regret so much.
And there we go. That's that spirit and that tomb dealt with. I'm going to level up real quick because why not? Alright, now I'm going to head my way out of here. We've got that tomb dealt with. We've got the swords. We have yet to deal with Chardin, but I'm sure that problem will present itself when it's ready. All we have to do now is make our way out of the tomb and okay. Yeah, it lagged for a second. I lost myself. Yeah. We have to make our way out of the tomb and make our way... Hello.
I saw you come in here, and I rather figured you'd make it all the way to the sarcophagus. Good to see I wasn't wrong.
Chardin, what do you want?
Isn't it obvious? I've been hoping that someone would do the dirty work in retrieving the sword of Ajunta Paul for some time. It's been quite a wait. Now that you have it, I just thought I'd relieve you of it. It must be quite a burden after all.
Chardin is a coward and a cheater. And I hate him. No, I think I'll manage with it just fine. Kinda you to offer, though.
Oh, but I insist. I'm not about to let a chance to impress Master Uthar pass me by. I may like you well enough, but being a Sith is all about taking chances when the moment is right. So make it easier on both of us. Hand over the sword.
And if I don't?
Isn't it obvious? You die. Rule of the Sith. Only the strong and cunning shall survive. You won't be missed, trust me. Now hand it over.
Just let me get it out.
Fine. No tricks, though. I'm watching you.
I'm gonna give him the vibroblade because I've got a lot of vibroblades, you know, and Silverline sword is unique, and I want it for myself, and I'm definitely not giving him the real one. I'm gonna give him the vibroblade.
See? I knew you and I could work this out. I imagine I'll be rewarded well for this. You'll do fine, I'm sure. Another time.
Alright. That's him dealt with. So now all I have to do is go and turn in all my quests with Master Uthar. So, now that I'm back in the academy, before I return to Master Uthar while I'm on my way, I just want to mention, I forgot to say before, you only need 4 to 6 things that you do. Only 4 to...
Ah, what is this you bring me, Chardin?
It is none other than the sword of Ajunta Paul, Master.
Fool. All the trouble you went through for your deception, and you did not even make an effort to verify the sword's authenticity.
Master, but what do you mean?
There is no place for fools amongst the Sith. Begone.
Yep. That leaves only me as an option. So I basically win by default. But still I have to gain enough prestige with him to impress him. Which, what I was about to say about that is that it only takes 4 or 5 of those missions that we've done in the last 2 episodes to do just that. Go to the Sith and then all the other stuff I did. But now that I've done all that, I'm going to talk to him.
Greetings, young one. I have found you to be most impressive. You are off to an excellent beginning.
I dealt with those renegade students.
Ah, the ones I ordered executed for their mutiny. It's done then?
It's done. They are gone.
Indeed. We checked the caves and found only a couple of bodies. Perhaps the Chirac ate them. It is just as good, I suppose. The lesson is learned, I believe. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
I dealt with the rogue droid in the tombs.
Oh? I heard that the droid ran out and blasted off into the sky. We tracked it for a short while before it vanished from our scanners. What do you make of that?
I tampered with him. He no longer functions as he did, and he will not return.
I suppose that will have to do, though I would prefer proof of his destruction. Still, it shows innovative thinking. I am impressed. You have rid us of a potential nuisance. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Including the Code of the Sith, that makes... Including Code of the Sith, that makes 3, I think. I have a tablet written by Jorak Oln.
Oh? Let me see. It appears my old master was busy studying the writings in one of the tombs. How interesting. I do hope you had to pry this from his dead fingers. Regardless, you have impressed me with your worthy act. Go now. You
That's
have done
4.
well, but you have not impressed me enough to...
I know the location of the Mandalorian prisoner's weapon cache.
You do? That is most interesting. Where might that be?
It's hidden within a trapdoor on his ship.
How ironic that I recently had his vessel scrapped for parts then. I had assumed it had been thoroughly scanned. Apparently not. Still, you have done well in bringing me information that others could not unearth on their own. I am impressed. You have impressed me enough, by my estimation, to become a Sith in full. Congratulations, young one. You have bested the others quite completely. You have but one final test which you must take, and this requires us to travel to the tomb of Nagasato in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I would advise you to be rested and equipped before we leave. Return to your quarters now and seek me out in the morning. When you return, make sure that you have all you will need, for you will face your test alone. Go, and may the Force serve you well.
Alright, so there's that done. And with that taken care of, I have done everything I need in order to prepare for the test in the Tomb of Nagasato. And so, in the next episode, we return to my original game file and the footage from my original attempt to play this. So, see you guys next time. And now I'm going to go eat my dinner.